The Adventures of Bob Hatson, Casino Project. Chapter 8, Carmina. Bob is speeding at 70 miles an hour on Texas I-10 interstate going east. No stop at Odessa to drive directly to the next truck stop, where he will spend the night. The escort is following Bob at about a quarter of a mile behind him, with his Ford Mustang on mag wheels wide enough to float over water. Its engine colors the sky from chromed exhaust pipes. The color fits with Bob's truck. 6-speed transmission, the escort car is a kind of a legend in Texas, and so the driver known as the exciting FBI agent down south. This driver is an ex-racing track pilot. Randy Tucker now qualifies as a retired FBI agent. He loves to work as an escort sometimes. Randy gets some part-time jobs like this one to help him make some spare money for his pleasure. Bob is very happy to have this escort behind him. He's heard about him a few times on TV, and when RCMP in Canada told him about this exercise, Bob was very surprised this man was accorded so much importance. However, it seems here that we have murder, and it seems very interesting for Randy to give a hand. Bob knows that he can't transmit or phone call or email or even text, but this beautiful sun reminds Bob, Carmina from Forth Worth, Texas. By chance, Bob will pass in Forth Worth tonight. It would be an attractive idea to call Carmina by public phone in the truck stop, thinks Bob. Why not enjoy the trip? Spend the night at Forth Worth, security on place by my escort, a little inside break and confined to intimacy instead of highway thieves' actions. Late evening, Hatson's convoy, Bob and his security escort are in Forth Worth. Parking at Peterbilt while the escort Randy Tucker inspects around with his classy car. Bob is tired, but he would prefer to call Carmina. Speaking with Randy in truck stop parking lot, he instructs him that he won't be alone for the night. Once inside, he will reach Carmina by phone and she will spend the night with him. Randy approves the negotiations, but reminds Bob that after Texas he's better pay attention to his relations. That's why Bob says, I'll take advantage that you're here with me because it could be the last pleasure before Canada, my friend. Carmina finally shows down and joins Bob for the night. Oh, Hatson's music studio's listening out now. Bob closes curtains under Randy's night surveillance. FBI video cameras from Randy's cars are on. Bob is safe to charm Carmina. Carmina used to work 2 years at Las Vegas Casino, then became a truck driver for a while. Now she's on vacation, she confirms to Bob. After long trips she drove, she will decide if she continues on transport. A lot of hours on the road for Carmina is a big challenge. Complaining is she. At least I would like to sleep a little more, she said. It's very demanding, this work for me, Bob. Bob approves. You're such a nice girl, babe. Maybe movie actor would be more appropriate for you. Bob's playing the game with her because he knows she will never stay on the same job for more than 1 or 2 years. She's so talented. This woman sings, dances, plays guitar. She worked as backing vocals in California studios. She could be a cinema superstar, and so attractive she is. She loves Bob Hatson because he's always there for her when she needs. Now Bob pulls out this song for her to impress the gallery, as he often says. I hope you'll enjoy this song, Carmina. We will record it right now, you and me as friends. Here's the song. The Veil of Secrecy. Song lyrics. Nobody knows where he lives, where he meets. Nobody knows when he gets up, when he sleeps. The treasure of this man is to know that nobody knows, no criminal, but just to have fun. Sometimes in his disguise and offering the smell of a perfume to help the mystery rhyme, he changes his voice and he looms. Chorus. In front of any danger, under the veil of secrecy, defending the poor against the enemy, passing through the mystery of being the man to meet, unknown is this town because he's under the veil of secrecy. 2. By the law of nature, featuring prominent, to find out who's this treasure, they follow him with no evidence. He barricades himself for the pleasure to be someone else. When he comes back on the street, in his mind some plans to help. However, where he belongs, some Houdini become crazy about the way under the veil of his famous secrecy. And some nights for fun he creates some thieves to rob a bank and get the people crazy. Pre-chorus. But the night after he plays Sherlock Holmes and delivers a man that he didn't see, but informing people that it's over for me. Here's the money. I caught a man looking like a monkey. And everybody again in the mystery. Chorus. End of the song. Oh, Bob Hatson, this is crazy. I never thought you would ask for. With her little Mexican accent. You're so nice, Bob, Carmina singing with Bob Hatson. Oh my gods, she says. I cannot believe this. Carmina is in the Hatson studio right here, she exclaims. Looking at the song, Carmina feels like she will blow off her cheeks. She's crying now. While Bob is cruelly breaking her heart by gently strumming his guitar, he invites her to sing with him. Her voice is magic behind Bob's one. According to the master, clearly we see and hear that this song will be successful. Bob ends the recording by turning the knob, fading out, and smiles at Carmina. At the end of the song, singing The Veil of Secrecy, the subject reveals that we could imagine Bob Hatson as secret agent transporting secretly under his covetousness. And Carmina feels like she's involved in the mystery. In her eyes, Bob detects an escaping fragile wink as a revolving door cycle. She falls in his arms as an angel knocking at heaven's door. Is she really the angel as she appears? Thinks Bob. Carmina, fawning over Bob, is idolizing Bob's artistic moves. Every move Bob makes while he sings and plays his Gibson acoustic guitar, she feels magic. Bob admires in Carmina a companionship within a clever smile. He could say that undoubtedly her acting ability is shredding his instinct. Mr. Hatson's tolerance has limits. She's so beautiful, Bob recognizes. Bob doesn't offer but pours a soft drink to Carmina, speaking artistic subjects, and his next album he will realize by pleasure to share with people. Speaking of road trips, Bob declares some nice adventures. Inside stories, Carmina is impressed by expressions quality Bob characteristically uses in a modest concert of verbalization. A robust man style in his butterfly achievement. Butterfly because Bob takes it as it comes 24 hours at a time. Ephemeral seems to be Bob's conscience with his king's kindliness. Carmina sounds like she's falling in love with the gentleman with passion. Though, consequently, Bob has a serious job to accomplish. However, off duty, let's enjoy our life, says Carmina. 10-4, Bob to the angel. If you want to stay, Carmina, you're welcome, but you have to remain quiet because I need a good deep sleep tonight. I have a long road to drive tomorrow. Sometimes the appearance is the kingdom of the master, but even so, the real day will appear where reality is never so far. I have to prepare myself for each fight. Despite revolutions in our transport society, some people are hungry, Bob mentions. 10-4 accepts Carmina. I'll be very careful about your twilight sleep. At the dawn of your awake, I'll wait for you to open an eye before I start caresses, with a cute laugh. After this promise from Carmina, Bob slept like a baby. Let's say a baby getting ready for tomorrow morning. At the dawn of his awake, Carmina starts Peterbilt's engine. Bob is out of his bed in a fraction of a second, hearing Carmina laughing so loud because she knew Bob would jump out of the bed. She tells him, "Okay, Bob, let's get back in the bed, will you?" "My goodness, what did you think waking me up like this, babe?" "Well, I wanted you well awakened to accomplish what you started by calling me yesterday." "Oh, I understand now, young girl, I understand. I'm in love with your beautiful underwear, babe. The sensual delight of your satin underwear doesn't compromise at all our relationship, baby. I'm so happy to be with you this morning, Carmina. My engine starter in the Garden of Delights, Bob playing fool. To the shower they went, and a convenient breakfast approved by the woman. Randy acts discreetly while Bob instructs Carmina that he has to fill up Hercules' diesel tanks, meaning he has to go, kisses Carmina at the table, and wish her a nice trip back home. She feels sad seeing Bob engaging his start, but he promises to talk to her when he's done with this trip. "I will have a nice story for you. You told me you would like to work as a journalist. Well, I have a scoop for you, darling. Don't worry, if you don't work in this type of job, I will inform you anyway, and you will understand my brief departure. We had fun, baby, thanks. Be careful, Bob, I want to see you again." Bob recognized a distant voice where it doesn't need to. Hopefully not from Carmina. After filling up Hercules' diesel tanks, Bob engaged on 35 from Forth Worth to next destination, Oklahoma City. His escort follows Bob like a stain. He passes Bob to make a reconnaissance ahead and explore traffic circulation. Mr. Hatson is secured. Driving faster to see if some thieves are waiting for Bob and his merchandise, Randy stops at next resteria waiting for Bob. He intercepts a conversation on his high-quality CB scanner, a CB conversation. "Pete is coming 2 miles from Forth Worth truck stop. We'll engage to stop him in 10 miles. Be ready with your excavator. Should be there in 10 minutes. The ambush is on." No doubts about an escort around. Ford Mustang with similar colors with Chap truck was with him last night and this morning. Randy Tucker always stayed in contact with Texas police and gave them updates, but didn't need any interference from them. Randy just gives the road miles post where bandits will try to stop the truck so police can join if criminals attack them. They will be there to help. The answer is positive, and after the update they had from Randy yesterday, they're ready to intervene on Bob Hatson's behalf. Bob is driving at 70 miles an hour and doesn't plan to moderate the rhythm until he stops for lunch. Randy sees Bob on the highway from his field glasses. He gets back on the road and downshifting, the Ford Mustang accelerates to go in front of Bob's vehicle. Randy notices a digger excavator over a flatbed truck behind a barn close to the highway and two Mercedes beside ready to interfere on Peterbilt race. Randy on private CB line with Bob beeps him. Bob knows the critical moment is creating its suspense and gets ready to accelerate. Nobody can stop this monster. Two Mercedes start after Bob and the flatbed truck behind. Randy drives close to the first Mercedes and shows his assault rifle to the driver. He talks to him on private CB connection on the channel he indicates by hand in the window, not to be heard on regular frequencies. He says to Rhodes Warrior to surrender because cops and FBI agent by the name of Randy Tucker himself look at them. And if you persist, he says, it'll be a pleasure to help the Canadian driver to reach his destination, even if I have to kill you. Oh, by the way, tell your digger that he won't have to smash open any van's door today. Considering the situation, Mercedes disappeared in Bob's diesel clouds. Randy honks the horn to Bob passing just beside him and gives him positive sign as everything's all right now. In front of Peterbilt, Randy gives Bob the speed so he can drive peacefully. Bob feels better and can appreciate the beautiful sun now. While in Montreal, dispatcher receives news from his Mercedes driver's accomplice. He knows now Hatson is not alone anymore on his trip. Dispatcher accuses reception of loyalty conflict between his Mercedes drivers and himself. Bob wants to reach Oklahoma State tonight. He knows he will be completely responsible for the treasure, but he's confident on the investigation till now. Bob knows about stress. A man can be submitted, and it comes back to the man later on. Mr. Hatson is a time master. He calculates it. He works with it and appreciates being one of those masters. There is no compromise in his head. Time is straight and Bob knows about it. He treats it as a good friend of his. All the way for the rest of the ride in Texas, it's been a quiet road. Maybe scary, but under close surveillance implicated in this trip, comfortable it is. It's time now to say goodbye to the ex-FBI security agent Randy Tucker from Texas. At Oklahoma frontier, Bob and Randy stop. Randy wishes success to Bob and tell him that he will follow the situation from outside and incognito. It's been a pleasure, sir, to take care of you. From the importance accorded to this load that your people from Canada recognized, I guess they're proud of you, Bob, and so are you of your country. Bob nods. He mentions to Randy that he's very satisfied by the way he's been secured. He tells that he will mention this trip to his government by the person in charge from RCMP and add, "You were the one to secure this convoy, Randy Tucker. You were the man." "Thanks, Bob. See you." Randy shifts on first gear and gives Bob a little show with his scary monster, his magical Ford Mustang lost in a firing smoke hiding completely his car's collar. Disappearing in a straight line, Bob can hear every speed Randy's shifting. He can hear tires yelling on each shift. Incredibly fast this car is. Bob can't see him anymore. "He's so small, but he was so big beside me," says Bob. The rocket disappeared in the scenery. The security angel is gone. Bob is alone and thinks about all the girls he knows, but he's got no time to lose. "Well, GPS and I will travel now on a fair speed, so I won't have time to get bored," enjoys Bob. The roadmaster's driving now to Oklahoma City. Dispatcher's accomplices had a kind of a warning from Randy. I don't know what he told them on CB, but those bandits avoid him like the plague, Bob remembers. Bob Hatson feels like he's in the loneliest place in the world. Accelerating speed excites Bob. At each time he pushes a little more on the fuel pedal, he reaches a legitimate concern about transport. Mr. Hatson has to write another song about this lonely convoy. "Yep, once at Oklahoma City, I will write a song if I can, but I'll have to talk to somebody in Montreal by the truck stop telephone. No, this is not a good idea. I took this trip so I will deliver this product on time and under good condition. Nobody will stop this hell's machine." Bob detects truck lights dimming in front of him coming on the north side of the highway and hears on CB Randy Tucker's voice. "Hi, flaming truck, this is FBI. If you recognize my voice, dim your headlights." Bob recognizes the voice for sure. He dims his headlights. "Yee-haw," Bob yells. "I just wanted to know if the sky was still blue for you," tells Randy. "Don't answer to these words, I already know. God bless America, Sir Hatson."